For the last 30 years, gaming world has been divided into two camps. On one side you have console gamers, people who buy a PlayStation or an Xbox, plug it into their television and play games with zero setup, zero configuration, and zero technical headaches. On the other side you have PC gamers, people who build or buy powerful computers, install games through digital storefronts, and enjoy superior graphics, modability, and an enormous library that stretches back decades. These two worlds have always existed in parallel, occasionally overlapping but never truly merging. One company looked at that divide and decided to destroy it entirely. That company is Valve, and the weapon they chose to do it with is the Steam machine. To understand why Steam machines matter, you first need to understand what Steam is and how it quietly became the most powerful platform in all of gaming. Valve Corporation was founded in 1996 by former Microsoft employees Gabe Newell and Mike Harrington. They released Half-Life in 1998 and it became one of the most celebrated games ever made. But Valve's most consequential creation was not a game. It was a piece of software. In 2003 they launched Steam, a digital distribution platform that allowed PC gamers to buy, download, and manage games from a single application. At launch, people hated it. It was slow, buggy, and felt like an unnecessary layer between players and their games. But Valve kept improving it, kept adding features, and kept signing deals to bring more games onto the platform. Today Steam has over 35,000 games in its library and more than 130 million active users. It is the dominant storefront for PC gaming on planet Earth, and Valve takes a 30% cut of almost every sale made through it. The company generates billions of dollars in revenue every year while employing fewer than 400 people. That financial power gave Valve the freedom to attempt something genuinely radical. In 2013 Valve announced three things simultaneously. SteamOS, a free Linux-based operating system built entirely around gaming. The Steam Controller, a revolutionary gamepad designed to bring mouse-level precision to living room gaming. And Steam Machines, a family of living room computers built by various hardware manufacturers, all running SteamOS, all designed to sit under your television and compete directly with the PlayStation and Xbox. The vision was breathtaking. An open gaming platform with the power of a PC, the simplicity of a console, and a library of thousands of games, all built on free, open-source software that no single corporation could own or control. The original Steam Machines launched in 2015 and the reception was cold. Linux gaming at the time was genuinely limited. Thousands of Steam games simply did not work on SteamOS because they were built for Windows. The hardware was expensive compared to consoles, and ordinary consumers found the proposition confusing. If they wanted a PC they would buy a PC. If they wanted a console they would buy a console. What exactly was a Steam machine supposed to be? Sales were poor and most hardware partners quietly discontinued their products within a couple of years. Gaming media declared the Steam machine experiment a failure and moved on. But Valve did not move on. They kept working. They kept investing in a technology called Proton, a compatibility layer that allows Windows games to run on Linux without modification. And they kept developing their vision of what a Steam-powered gaming device could look like. Then in February 2022 they released the Steam Deck and everything changed. The Steam Deck is a handheld gaming PC running SteamOS. It has a 7-inch touchscreen, 2 thumbsticks, a full set of buttons and triggers, and enough processing power to run the vast majority of modern games. It is small enough to hold in your hands and powerful enough to run games like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk 2077, and Baldur's Gate 3. And it connects to a television or monitor when you want to play on a big screen. What makes the Steam Deck transformative is not the hardware. It is what the hardware represents. Valve spent years developing Proton to the point where it now runs over 90% of the top-played games on Steam without any user configuration at all. The Linux gaming problem that killed the original Steam machines has been almost entirely solved. When you pick up a Steam Deck, you have instant access to a library of tens of thousands of games spanning 30 years of PC gaming history. You can play games from 2024 and games from 1998 on the same device. No other gaming platform on Earth offers that. The implications for the future of gaming are enormous. For the first time a serious challenger to the PlayStation and Xbox business model exists, and it is built on fundamentally different principles. Sony and Microsoft make money by locking players inside their ecosystems. You buy PlayStation games, they only work on PlayStation. You buy Xbox games, they work on Xbox and PC but within Microsoft's controlled environment. Steam's ecosystem is open. Your game library belongs to you regardless of what hardware you play it on. If Valve releases a more powerful Steam Deck in 5 years, every game you own today works on it instantly. No new purchases. No subscriptions required to access games you already bought. This openness is beginning to pressure the entire industry. Microsoft has responded by making more of its games available on PC and through subscription services. Sony has started bringing PlayStation exclusives to PC years after after their console launch. The walls between platforms are slowly coming down, and Valve's push is a major reason why. There is also the question of what open-source gaming infrastructure means for the long-term future of the medium. Games are cultural artifacts. They are history. But they are uniquely vulnerable to being lost because they depend on proprietary hardware and software ecosystems that companies can shut down at any moment. When Sony shuts down a PlayStation server or Nintendo discontinues a console, the games tied to that ecosystem become inaccessible to future generations. SteamOS being built on Linux means it can be maintained and preserved by the community even if Valve itself ever ceased to exist. The games built to run on it have a longer survival horizon than games locked inside closed corporate ecosystems. The Steam Machine story is not a story of a product launch. It is a story of a long game being played by a company with deep pockets and a genuine philosophical commitment to keeping gaming open. The original Steam Machine stumbled because the technology was not ready. The Steam Deck succeeded because Valve spent 7 years making the technology ready. And what comes next? A more powerful Steam Deck, a living room Steam console, deeper integration with the television gaming space, will be built on a foundation that is now proven and increasingly dominant. Gaming is no longer just about who has the best exclusive titles or the most powerful hardware. It is about who owns the relationship with the player and who controls the library. Right now, for PC gaming, that is Valve. And with the Steam Deck they have begun to reach into the living room and the handheld space that consoles have owned for decades. The evolution of gaming is not going to be decided by a single console generation or a single blockbuster exclusive. It is going to be decided by platforms, ecosystems, and the question of who the games you buy actually belong to. Valve has spent 30 years building the answer to that question, and the Steam Machine, in all its forms, is how they intend to make the rest of the industry live with it.